Sai Baba's sanction and promise is a beacon of hope and spiritual guidance for all those who seek solace and enlightenment on life's path. When the author of the Satcharitra humbly approached Sai Baba, uncertain and perhaps overwhelmed by the task of chronicling the divine Leelas and teachings, Baba's response was filled with compassion and assurance. "Do your duty," he said. "Do not be afraid in the least. Keep your mind steady and have faith in my words." In these words lies a profound message that with faith, steadiness of mind, and devotion, even the most daunting endeavors become possible, not through our own limited capacities, but through the grace of the divine. Sai Baba's promise extended far beyond mere encouragement. He explained that when his stories and Leelas are written and shared, ignorance dissipates, and when they are heard with attentive devotion, the burden of worldly existence lightens. It is as if the heavy chains of mundane worries and attachments loosen, allowing waves of love and devotion to sweep through the heart. Baba assured that those who dive deep into his stories will discover precious jewels of wisdom and knowledge hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. The act of remembering Sai's name with love or singing with earnestness about his life and deeds draws his protection and blessings. Those devotees who are attached to me, heart and soul, will naturally feel happy when they hear these stories, Baba said. If anybody sings my Leelas, I will give him infinite joy and everlasting contentment. Sai Baba's grace is like a mother's love, unconditional and ever present. He explained that his special characteristic is to free any person who surrenders completely to him, worships faithfully, remembers, and meditates on him constantly. Such devotees are spared from the distractions and illusions of the world. How can they who worship me, who think of my stories and my life, and who thus always remember me, be conscious of worldly objects and sensations? Baba asked, "I shall save my devotees from the jaws of death. If my stories are listened to, all diseases will be gotten rid of. So hear my stories with respect and think about them, meditate on them and assimilate them. This is the way to happiness and contentment." Baba's promise is simple yet profound. The pride and egoism of his devotees will vanish. Their minds will be set at ease, and with wholehearted faith, they will merge with the Supreme Consciousness. Even the simple remembrance of his name, say, is enough to wash away all sins of speech and hearing. This is a direct path, open to all, regardless of background or capacity, and it brings happiness, contentment, and liberation. The Lord delegates different tasks to different devotees, each according to their capabilities and needs. Some build temples, others sing the glories of God, while some are sent on pilgrimages. The author of the Satcharitra was assigned the task of writing these stories. Though he felt unqualified, a jack of all trades and master of none, he recognized that it was only Sai Baba's grace that made this possible. When he picked up his pen, it was as if Baba himself guided the words, removing all traces of egoism. The credit of relating these stories, therefore, goes to him and not to me, the author says humbly. It is a reminder that we are all but instruments of the divine will. Just as a flute or a harmonium cannot produce music on their own, but only through the touch of a skilled musician, so too do we act through the grace and guidance of God. Sai Baba's stories shine like a lighthouse in the stormy ocean of worldly existence. They help us avoid the rocks and dangers that threaten to overwhelm us and guide us safely to shore. Blessed are the stories of saints, for when they enter our hearts, egoism and the sense of duality vanish. Doubts fly away, pride disappears, and wisdom flourishes. The simple act of listening to or singing the glories of Sai Baba destroys the sins of the devotee and is considered the easiest sadhana, spiritual practice, especially in this Kali age. In previous ages, spiritual practices involved difficult paths such as tranquility, sacrifice, worship, meditation, and concentration. But in the present age, singing and listening to the glory of the Lord is accessible to all. This practice helps us detach from the senses and their objects, leading ultimately to self-realization. Sai Baba's motherly love for his devotees is boundless and unconditional. The comparison is often made to a cow's love for her calf or a human mother's care for her child. Selfless, constant, and deeply nurturing. The author recounts how, after retiring from government service, his pension was insufficient to support his family. On Guru Purnima, a fellow devotee, Anna Chinchanikar, prayed to Baba for help. Baba replied, "He will get some other job, but now he should serve me and be happy. His dishes will always be full and never empty. He should turn all his attention towards me and avoid the company of atheists, irreligious, and wicked people. He should be meek and humble towards everyone and worship me heart and soul. If he does this, he will get eternal happiness." This response, filled with both practical guidance and spiritual assurance, illustrates Baba's deep concern for the welfare of his devotees, both in worldly and spiritual matters. The story of Rohila further exemplifies Sai Baba's all-embracing love. Rohila, a strong and devout man, would loudly recite verses from the Holy Quran throughout the day, disturbing the villagers' peace. When the villagers complained, Baba defended Rohila, explaining that his loud prayers kept away his bad wife, a metaphor for bad thoughts. Baba's fondness for sincere prayer and his ability to see beyond superficial disturbances to the true spiritual struggles of his devotees highlight his compassionate understanding. Sai Baba's sweet and nectar-like words, delivered at noon after the Aarti, contain deep wisdom. He said, be wherever you like, do whatever you choose, but remember this well, that all you do is known to me. I am the inner ruler of everyone and I am seated in their hearts. I envelop all creatures, in the movable and the immovable world. I am the controller, the master wire puller of the show of this universe. I am the mother, the origin of all beings, the harmony of three gunas, the propeller of all senses, the creator, preserver, and the destroyer. Nothing will harm him who turns his attention towards me, but Maya will lash or whip him who forgets me. All beings, the visible, movable, and immovable world, are my body or form. These words serve as a reminder of Sai Baba's omnipresence, his infinite compassion, and his protective grace. The author, inspired and reassured, resolved to dedicate himself solely to the service of his Guru, Sai Baba. Though the government job that followed was temporary, the lasting fulfillment came from devotion and service. As the chapter concludes, the author urges all readers to overcome hindrances such as indolence, sleep, wandering of mind, and attachment to senses. He encourages us to turn our undivided attention to Sai Baba's stories, allow love to arise naturally, and trust in the simple remedy of listening and meditating on these divine tales. This is the path to destroying ignorance and attaining salvation. Let Sai Baba be enthroned in every heart, guiding, nurturing, and protecting us on our journey toward peace and realization. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all.